What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? My name is NimbleThor, and this is my weekly summary of the 3 most interesting games I played last week. And this week, I'll be covering a brand new collectible strategy card game with cross-play functionality across both Android, iOS, and PC, a street football 3 vs 3 online multiplayer game, and a turn-based strategy RPG with a combat system not too unlike that found in the PC strategy Heroes of Might and Magic games. Now, because there are only 3 games this week, this will be a bit of a shorter video than usually, so with that time saved this week, why don't you head to the comments to let me know which game you think I should cover next, as I'm always looking for great new recommendations from you guys. And with that said, let's just get started with today's first game. Extreme Football is a 3 vs 3 multiplayer street football game in which each player controls just a single football player on the field, making this game a lot easier to get into than a traditional football game where we need to control an entire team at once, which I never frankly understood how to do. So in Extreme Football, when we've got ball possession, we can shoot for the goal, we can dribble to avoid losing ball control, or we can pass to another player. And when we're not in possession of the ball, we can tackle to steal the ball, and the first team to get 3 goals then wins the game. The control system is simple and great. Each player comes with unique attributes like kick speed, kick angle, and a special ability, and the gameplay is fun and fast-paced. However though, we unlock new heroes through free and paid loot boxes, and collecting more of the same player does allow us to level it up, which makes that player stronger. While all of that can be grinded through normal gameplay, this does make the game slightly pay to win unless countered with a proper matchmaking system to ensure that stronger players who paid to become stronger only get matched against other stronger players who've either also paid or have grinded long enough to be as strong as the paying users, a bit like we see it in Clash Royale, for example. But as of right now though, it doesn't seem that the game currently has enough players for proper matchmaking, and so we're most likely playing with and against bots instead of actual online players. The game requires online access, it takes up 635 MB of space, it's out on Android and on iOS, and if you have been looking for a casual football game or even a street football game, then Extreme Football is definitely worth checking out, as long as you don't get too sucked into the monetization systems. Braveland Heroes is a turn-based strategy RPG with a combat system reminiscent of that found in the Heroes of Might and Magic PC games, which means that we have a hex grid playing field and units that deal more damage the more we have of them. Sadly, however, all the battles are simply structured as levels in a linear campaign, which means there are no open world to explore like we saw it in Heroes of Might and Magic, and there's also less strategy than in the Heroes of Might and Magic PC games. And although new equipment can be crafted and spells can be bought, doing so is a very grindy process unless we spend real-life money. But that's not even the game's core issue though. The core issue is that we can only regain heroes that we've lost during battle through gold, and the only way to get more gold is to win battles, which means we can essentially get stuck in this game. And at that point, we have to either wait to get more free gold or buy gold through in-app purchases to continue playing the game. The game requires online access, it takes up 135 MB of space, it's available on Android and on iOS, and although the core combat is really great in this game, I do feel like the monetization system makes this game very difficult to truly enjoy, and so you might just want to skip it. I honestly did expect a lot more from a Braveland game, but I guess this is what can happen sometimes when a game developer goes from making premium games to making free-to-play games, and they don't really understand how to get that free-to-play versus pay-to-win balance just right so that it's an enjoyable experience for all types of players. But fortunately though, one game really positively surprised me this week, and that game is Mythgard, which is a high-quality mobile and PC turn-based collectible strategy card game with an enticing single-player campaign story and multiple multiplayer game modes. So in Mythgard, each card has unique abilities and attributes that make them feel distinct, which adds a lot of depth to the gameplay, and it creates a ton of ways to combine cards in truly powerful ways in this game. The combat system has been compared to that found in Magic the Gathering, and I found this to be one of the most enjoyable CCG experiences that I've had on mobile so far. Now, when it comes to unlocking new cards, this is where many mobile CCGs really start to fail, and they tend to become very pay to win. But in Mythgard, winning a match provides us with silver, which can be used to buy new card packs, and unlike most other mobile CCGs, additional silver can be acquired through in-app purchases, but there is no way to buy premium packs with higher chances of drawing better cards, which makes the monetization of this game a lot fairer than other games, as everything can be reasonably grinded through normal gameplay. The game requires online access, it takes up 448 MB of space, it's an open beta on both Android and on iOS, and if you've been looking for a high-quality collectible card game with really interesting strategic combat, then Mythgard is definitely worth checking out, and it's also my favorite game of the week. Thank you for sticking around till the end of this video, my fellow mobile gamers. If you want more mobile gaming goodness, then be sure to join the Nimble Nation by subscribing and hitting that notification bell. And if you want to discuss mobile games with me and the rest of the community, then consider joining our Discord server as well, which I've linked in the description box of this video and in a comment below this video. So that is it for now, but until next time, just keep gaming, stay awesome, and I'll see you guys around.